In continuing to honor Women's History this month, we will take a look at the life of Whitney Houston. Let's get right into it. Whitney Houston was known as the voice to many. Whitney Elizabeth Houston was born August 9th, 1963 in Newark, New Jersey. Her mother was the gospel singer Cissy Houston. Cissy Houston was also the aunt of the singer Dionne Warwick. Her godmother was none other than the Queen of Soul, Miss Aretha Franklin. When Whitney was 11, she started to perform in her church's choir. She accompanied her mother to all of her mother's shows. She also was asked and agreed to sing backup for some other artists. Whitney had a brief career as a model. But in 1983, Whitney was discovered by Arista Records founder Clive Davis. Her first album was self-entitled Whitney Houston. Although the album wasn't originally successful as an album, it produced several #1 hits later on. The R&B and pop album went #1 the following year thanks to those #1 hits. Houston followed this album up with the Greatest Love Tour. She also followed that tour up with several tours thereafter. Her talent was undeniable. In 1987, the massively successful album titled Whitney made her the first female to ever premiere at #1 on the charts. It produced several #1 hits, but one of those hits won her a Grammy and turned her into a star. I Wanna Dance with Somebody was a dance tune that showcased her versatility as an artist. An Emmy-winning track for the 1988 Summer Olympics followed. Also, right around that same time, she created her own charity. In 1990, I'm Your Baby Tonight, Houston's third album, had mixed reviews. It did manage 2 #1 hits. Whitney then sang the national anthem at Super Bowl 25. Her great rendition of this national anthem is known as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, national anthem that was ever sung. And me personally, I think it was. When her national anthem single re-released for her charities in the wake of 9/11, it managed to get to the top 10. Houston had a very busy 1992. Following her marriage to New Edition's Bobby Brown, she also made her debut in movies in the romantic thriller The Bodyguard. The box office hit was accompanied by a Grammy-winning album that became one of the best soundtracks of all time. It contained Dolly Parton's chart-topping hit, I Will Always Love You, which became Whitney Houston's signature tune. Next, Houston joined an all-African American cast in the #1 box office movie, Waiting to Exhale. The movie contained Houston's Grammy-winning and chart-topping song, Exhale, Shoot, Shoot. This great album also contained contributions from other African American artists. The soundtrack was a masterpiece. Whitney continued her film work in the 1996 film, A Preacher's Wife. At this time, Houston was the highest paid African American female in the world. This film gave her a $10 million payday. Her gospel soundtrack to this film became one of the best gospel soundtracks of all time. Houston also played in her production company's version of Cinderella, where she played the evil godmother. Whitney then returned to music in 1998 with an album, My Life Is Your Love. She featured a duet on this album with Mariah Carey. It was called When You Believe, and it was an Oscar-winning duet. It was also featured on the Prince of Egypt movie soundtrack. Whitney Houston's personal life started to suffer. Her marriage, substance abuse, and other things started affecting her professional and her personal life. Whitney appeared on her husband's reality show, Being Bobby Brown. This exposed a lot of issues that the couple had and assisted in them divorcing in 2007. Houston's final album was 2009's I Look to You. The single I Look to You was written by none other than Art Capper. Her tours for this album received some negative reviews. Some of the dates were also canceled. Next, she did a film called Sparkle, but she never did live to see the release of this film. Whitney Houston was found dead at the Beverly Hilton Hotel in California on February 11, 2012. She was 48 years old. Her death shocked the music industry, who paid tribute to her at the Grammys the next day. Whitney Houston is known to be one of the greatest singers of all time, and that cannot be taken away from her because of her personal life. So on this Women's History Month, today I'm honoring you, Whitney Houston. You were a great singer, actress, daughter, mother, humanitarian, and most importantly, a great person. And you are still being missed 11 years later. If you like anything I said in this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and until next time, keep your head up. Have a good day.